Broad Street Sports, the best Philly sports podcast.
The Sixers just got a Christmas miracle. If you don't believe in Christmas magic, this will make you believe. The Sixers just beat the Boston Celtics on the road in Boston on Christmas Day. I mean, Tyrese Maxey went off. He showed exactly why he's the franchise player. The Celtics killer, Caleb Martin, showed up. He had the most threes in his career tonight. And Embiid showed up to play. And the most importantly, this is the first game all year where all the big three of the Sixers finished an entire game together. There's a lot of things that go into this win. It was hard fought. This was the best win of the season, without a doubt. This is a season-altering win. This just changed your season. The fact that you were able to go into Boston on the road on Christmas when everybody would much rather be with their families, much rather be watching Home Alone, much rather be making Christmas cookies. They were out there on the court playing basketball, and they didn't quit. They didn't quit. They played their hearts out tonight. They played well. They played fast. Now, they came out of halftime slow. They came out of halftime sloppy. I'll take it. They had a lot of blown leads throughout the game. A lot of blown leads. They had most importantly, folks, they were up. I have it on my session. They were up 16 points before halftime, and they blew that lead. And then they were up 14 points with 4 minutes and 29 seconds to play in the fourth quarter and blew that. Now, luckily, they won the game. But then again, you can't just be. They had a lot of good leads throughout the night. But then again, they blew a lot of them. And that's not something that you want to see. You don't want to see your guys blow leads like that. That's what it is. You don't want to see them blow leads like that. So, I mean, this was a Christmas miracle. This was Christmas magic. I can't believe it. Now, here's what it is, folks. So I woke up this morning. I got a cup of coffee. I sat down. I was looking at what games were on today, NFL, NBA, and I'm like, okay, we got a good slate today. Then I finally came to my realization. The Sixers play on Christmas. Now, I said, well, I had a great Christmas, but I said the Sixers could most likely, are probably, going to make me want to put my fist through a wall. They didn't. So, you know what? I said to myself, you know what? This team, knowing this basketball team, they are going to win. They're going to win the game. And they did, and they pulled it off. A lot of tough shit, but they did it. I'm happy that they did it. And, so let's dive deep into this, folks. Tyrese Maxey, 33 points and 12 assists. This guy is your franchise player. There is not a guy better on this basketball team than Tyrese Maxey. He's more, some would say, and I would agree with them, that he is more valuable to this basketball team than Joel Embiid. Simple as that. Absolutely simple as that. When he's not on the court, you watch this team crumble and fumble and not be able to play. You know, they start to blow leads, they start to miss shots. The guy's much more than just a sharpshooter. The guy's a difference maker when he's on the court. Not only did Tyrese Maxey have a good night, but Joel Embiid. Oh, Joel! My main man, Joel. Now, I have a lot of beef with Joel. I don't think that this drama with him and not wanting to play and all this crap, I don't think it's over yet. But he gives you 27, 2 assists, and 9 rebounds. He played well. He did he did what he had to do in that game. He didn't have to be the star player. He didn't have to He didn't have to be the guy to drop 40 points. He just had to go out there, get rebounds, go to the line, get your points, and that's exactly what he did. Exactly what he did. He knew his role tonight, and he took care of his role. I give Joel Embiid as much credit as he wants tonight because he deserves it. Absolutely deserves it. Now, there were some times where obviously Joel Embiid was very sluggish. No surprise there. But he showed up. There were some times he got whacked in the mouth at the end of the game, whacked in his little sinus infection or whatever little girl stuff he's got going on. He got his role. He knew what he had to do. Took care of it. Took care of it. Now this is the guy. This is the guy everybody wants to talk about. Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin. Some would say he's the Boston Celtics killer. I would agree with that. We saw what he was able to do with the Miami Heat in the playoff series versus Boston. Now, we didn't really get to see him do that this season. And he hasn't been good all year either. Tonight was the first night I was actually very happy in the Caleb Martin pickup. So let's go over this. Caleb Martin was your MVP of the night, without a doubt. The guy gave you 23 points and had a career high of 7 3-pointers. The 3-pointers weren't pretty, believe me, but they were going in, and he could hit them from anywhere on the court. This was the best I've seen Caleb Martin play in a Sixers uniform, and he proved why he's the Boston Celtics. Without Caleb Martin, this team would have lost tonight, without a doubt. He was a difference maker. He showed up to play. He showed up to shoot. He took the bull by his horns, and he went. And he did it. I'm proud of what I saw out of Caleb Martin tonight. Nothing could beat what he did. Now here's the thing. If Caleb Martin can play the way that he has been, if Caleb Martin can play the way that he did tonight, this Sixers team is very, very, very good. Very good. Absolutely very good. He plays the way he did tonight, drops 23 points, 7 3-pointers, career high. So when it comes to that though, I always said this after the playoff loss last year for the Sixers. I said this. I said you needed a third scorer. And when we signed Paul George, I thought it was going to be Paul George. But then come to find out, it could have been Paul George, it could have been Caleb Martin, it could have been Jeremy McCain. But I feel like the Sixers are having a hard time, and have been having a hard time when it comes to figuring out who's going to be that third scorer. You know what Maxey and Embiid are going to give you on a night-to-night basis. You need to find who the third scorer is going to be. Third, fourth scorer. Paul George can be that. He has to step it up. Paul George has not been good. We'll get into him later. But Caleb Martin was that third scorer tonight, 23, alongside Maxey's 33 and Embiid's 27. Exactly what you need. A guy knock down threes, play good defense, play smart, play fast, play physical, knock down 3-pointers. Exactly what you need. Exactly what you need. Now I don't want to rain on anybody's party. I don't want to be negative on such a happy day here in the Philadelphia area. But Paul George has to step it up. Paul George sucks. Paul George is not being what we brought him here to be. So, Paul George has to step it up. 12 points in 33 minutes is not going to cut it, especially versus the reigning champions of the NBA. It's not going to cut it. He has to step it up. He has to be better. And I hate to say it, but this Sixers team was much better when he was off the court. The guy clogs the court. The guy can't make a shot. When he was off the court in the fourth quarter, the Sixers were up by 14. The Sixers were up by 14 points without Paul George on the court. Then Paul George comes on and they blow the lead, and then it goes down to the final seconds. This is a major problem when it comes to whatever Paul George is and what he's going to be for this team, which I think it could be a major difference maker. This is not good. This is not what you want to see. You don't want to see a guy you gave a mega $1 million contract to suck and totally stink it up, because that's exactly what he's doing, folks. He's stinking it up. And he has to be better. 33 minutes and you only have 12 points is freaking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Come on. Be better, man. Be better. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. So, another player that I really want to discuss here is Yabu. I mean, this guy. Yabu. He's not going to give you a crap ton of points. It's not what he's there to do. Yabu is there to get rebounds. He's there to be physical. He's there to dive all over the court. He was diving all over the court tonight. All over. It's exactly what you need. You need a guy that's physical. You need a guy that's not going to be afraid to get hurt. You need a guy that's not afraid to get dirty. It's exactly what he did. It's exactly what he was. And it's exactly what he has been all year. So, again, the Sixers were up 16 points before the halftime. They blew that before, it was close in that going into halftime. They're coming out in the fourth quarter with 4:29 to play. They're up by 14. Then they put Paul George back in. And, yeah. So that a lot of things went down, a lot of good things. But so I have the clip of the Maxey game-winning layup. This is what's really iced the game. We can say the foul shots, we can say the defense and whatever else. I mean, defense broke down late in the game, but this personally is what I think was the play of the game. Really, what iced it, because this put the Sixers up by 7 with 1 something to go. So let's listen to this clip.
Martin will inbound. Finds Maxey. Maxey fumbled it, still gathered and scored.
Yeah. That's exactly what you need out of a star player. Your franchise player is exactly what you need. Off the inbound, fast, right to the rack, laid it up and in. Exactly what you need, folks. Exactly what you need. So, I touched on everything that I personally wanted to touch on. So, I have a call in, but it's not a call in. It's actually a text in. It's a text in from my boy Dominic. Love Dom. Dom's a big Sixers fan. He's a Washington Commanders fan, or I say the Redskins, but he's a Commanders fan. I bust his balls about that. Yeah. So Dom texts me right after the win and says, "We're back. And if this team can stay healthy, we could be serious contenders. Especially if Caleb Martin continues to hit his threes and McCain can be the same when he comes back." That's what you want. So he's saying that this team is a contender. This team's an absolute contender. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I agree with you, Dom. This team, when I break this down, when I look at what this team's capable of doing, what you saw firsthand, what this Sixers team is capable of and how this Sixers team played, when all three, then if you count Caleb Martin on the court, are able to do. They played the whole game together. All of them were together. This is a serious contending basketball team. If they can stay healthy, which I know injuries and health and everything else has been a real bad problem for these guys so far, and probably will always continue to be this year. This team is a contender. Now, being 11-17 is not where you want to be, but it's a start. You're starting to win games. You have the best record in the NBA since Thanksgiving. You got to build on this. I said this, and I'm going to say it again just to close myself out here, folks. This win against the Boston Celtics was a season-changing win. If this team can play the way that they did against Boston tonight, they're serious contenders. They are serious contenders. They continue to hit threes. They continue to play good defense. They continue to be physical. Nothing can stop these guys. Nothing can stop them. Yeah, man, this was an absolute Christmas miracle. I mean, it's a total Christmas miracle. I'm happy. I'm excited. I think this team is turning a page, most likely, probably, which is exactly what you want to say. Time to start putting some wins together. Time to start doing a lot of good things here. Let me just check the next time the Sixers are playing, though. Sixers will play Saturday. So they go out on a West Coast trip starting Saturday. They play the Utah Jazz on the road. This is where you want to be. You could stack up some wins against on the West Coast. You'll be exactly where you want to be. Merry Christmas, everybody. This was a Christmas miracle. This was absolutely a Christmas miracle. But thank you all for tuning in. I love and appreciate every single one of you. Have a good night. Merry Christmas. Stay safe. Have fun. See you.